Hey, what's up? It's Frank here from Data Driven TV, the podcast where we explore the emerging fields of data science, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. If you like to think of data as the new oil, well, you can think of us as well like car talk. So basically, I had this thought today that kind of stems from last week. Last week I was in Las Vegas and I attended an open hack. And one of the interesting things about this open hack was a data warehousing open hack. And one of the things that came out of it was the team I was on decided to use Databricks. And one of the advantages of Databricks, of course, with Spark in general, is that you're not confined to a language. Databricks natively supports Scala, Python, and Spark, as well as a couple other languages too. But for the purpose of this discussion, it's about R versus Python. So one of the things was, and this was a big open hack, it was an internal Microsoft audience, and it was 30 some odd tables. And one of the things that our team did, we had an R guy who was well versed in R, and we did all the data wrangling in R, and that fascinated a lot of people in the room. And we're talking about some of the cream of the crop in terms of data engineers and whatnot. And that got me thinking. Of course, if you've read my MSDN magazine articles lately, I did, well, only one has been published so far. Next one will be out next October, actually. So here's kind of the origin story. Primarily, I'm a Python guy, not really an R guy. But because a teammate of mine was on maternity leave, and she was the R person on the team, I had to pick up the slack, kind of learn R. Through the process of doing that, I developed an appreciation of R. And kind of in line with Gary Vaynerchuk and kind of, document the process type stuff, I figured, you know what, this should be a good source for articles. So I wrote 2 articles on that. And it was basically approaching R from a Python developer's point of view. And I developed a real appreciation for the language. So what that got me thinking about was the quality of R packages tend to be of a better quality. Because I think in 2019, if you're still writing in R, you mean business. I mean, you're a statistician from way back. Now, it's not a knock on Python developers or anything like that. I myself am a Python developer. But that's one of the things I've noticed consistently with customers that use R versus Python. If you're using R and it's 2019 and you're still using R, not only do you mean business, but you've probably been doing this type of work for quite some time. So I just noticed kind of, it's not causality per se, it's correlation, that if you're using R, you've been at this for a while, and your data science teams are typically more mature. Now, part of that is that R, I don't want to say peaked, but R was the data science language indisputably until about 2017, when Python really kind of took over. And that's just an interesting observation. When you look at the tidyverse libraries and the quality there, it's much higher. And not to say that Python libraries don't have a high quality, not to say that there aren't really good Python developers, because there certainly are. But I would say that if you look at it, if you think of it a bell curve or a distribution, R developers tend to have been doing it for a lot longer, data science for a lot longer than Python developers. Now, that is going to change over time, but I just wanted to put it out there that I have, over the past, 6 months or so, particularly in the last 3 months, really developed an appreciation for the R language. And as the joke goes, as Dave pointed out here on the live feed, is that R, you would think, would be the preferred language of pirates, but in fact, they be loving the sea. So, but it was interesting how you had this room of really high-end, like data engineer, data scientist types, and they stopped in their tracks because we did the solution in R. So if you want to impress people, if you want to get work done and you want to do it quickly, use Python. If you want to impress people with some deep data science knowledge, learn yourself some R. I personally think it's best to be bilingual or trilingual if Scala becomes more and more of a thing for data science, or even quadrilingual if Julia takes off. So with that, I will be live streaming tomorrow from New York City at the Strata conference at the Javits Center. I'll be working the Microsoft booth and hopefully meet some interesting folks. And if you're there, be sure to stop by and say hello. You have a great day.